Good morning, South Florida. I'm Jim Barry.
And I'm Cynthia Demas. Here's what's making news right now.
You proved once more that people who love this country can change it.
President-elect Barack Obama just 1 day away now from becoming our new commander-in-chief. The local and national celebrations you want to know about leading up to tomorrow's inauguration.
I'm Lisette Gonzalez. In the Storm Center tomorrow, we honor Mr. Obama. Today, we honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Let you know what the weather is looking like for all the festivities and parades, and also the coldest air of the season on the way. Details straight ahead.
Also, closing some South Florida schools, how the financial crisis is causing some classrooms to shut down.
Plus, the Super Bowl is set. Pittsburgh Steelers will take on the Arizona Cardinals, how the two teams made it to Florida for the NFL's biggest game of the year.
CBS 4 News This Morning starts right now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
It is 5 a.m. on Monday, January 19th, MLK Day. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jim Barry.
And I'm Cynthia Demas. Lisette Gonzalez is here now with our first forecast. I hope it's a good one because we've got a lot of events going on around town today.
A lot of parades.
Oh, a lot of events going on. And right now we're starting off a little bit on the cool side, but also sticky out there. The upper 50s and the 60s, 61 degrees in Fort Lauderdale, 60 degrees in Miami. And temperatures will be warming up to around 79 degrees. It is going to be very warm ahead of a cold front that you can see right now on the radar satellite. It's draped across central Florida. It will be pressing down south towards us. And yes, you're seeing some shower activity for folks to our north. We're also going to see the possibility of some showers throughout the day today, especially later this morning. So keep that in mind and keep your umbrella close by. So here we go, the final really warm day before we see two cold fronts moving through. So this afternoon, you can see the temperatures rising to 79 degrees. Again, the chance of warm showers this evening, breezy showers, 70 degrees. The first cold front moves through today. I'll let you know when the other cold front will be moving through and dropping our temperatures to the 40s overnight and reaching the 60s in the afternoon. So the details on that coming up in a few minutes. Right now, the details on your commute with Christina Loren. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning to you. Hopefully you do not have to commute today, and traffic expected to be pretty light. We have no construction to worry about. All construction has been ceased on the Turnpike and 95 to accommodate all the volume for people coming in and out of town. Now, we do have a parade to tell you about. 10 a.m. BF James Park in Hallandale. It'll travel down Hallandale Beach Boulevard from Northwest 2nd Ave down to Northwest 8th Ave, so keep that in mind today, probably lasting about 2 hours. If you're catching a flight for tomorrow's big inauguration, we have no delays out of either major airport right now. We'll let you know if that changes throughout the morning. For CBS 4 Traffic, I'm Christina Loren.
I have a dream today.
Well, nearly 46 years after his words stirred the nation celebrates Martin Luther King's birthday. And President-elect Barack Obama looked out over the same reflecting pool in Washington, D.C. as he gets ready to fulfill his own American dream. The president-elect says he believes in the American dream and that anything is possible.
On Sunday, Mr. Obama and the vice president-elect attended a pre-inauguration concert at the Lincoln Memorial. That looked like fun. Big names there. Today, both Barack Obama and Joe Biden are going to a community service event. CBS 4's Joel Brown has more.
President-elect Obama is paying tribute to a man who helped pave the way for change.
Directly in front of us is a pool that still reflects the dream of a king.
He'll spend today honoring Martin Luther King Jr. by taking part in a community renovation project. The future 44th president was just 2 years old when the civil rights activist delivered his historic speech.
I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
With his own children looking on, the president-elect echoed King's sentiment Sunday before a crowd of more than 400,000.
I stand here today as hopeful as ever that the United States of America will endure, that it will prevail, that the dream of our founders will live on in our time.
Mr. Obama's just 1 day away from becoming the country's first black president, and nearly 2 million people are flocking to the nation's capital to be a part of that history. D.C. hotels are filled to capacity with the onslaught of spectators.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I couldn't miss that.
Months in the making, the inaugural speech will focus on themes of responsibility and restoring public confidence. Aides say the president-elect is relieved to have a version of Tuesday's address down on paper and eager to both give the speech and then go to work. In Washington, Joel Brown, CBS 4 News.
Now, police officers from across South Florida are heading to the nation's capital to help with inauguration security. Some of them say they are excited to witness history, but will miss the South Florida sunshine. It is cooler up there for sure. More than 100 officials from 58 federal, state, and local agencies will oversee what figures to be the biggest security operation in inaugural history.
CBS 4 and CBS4.com have got you all covered for tomorrow's inauguration, from the middle of the action in Washington to the reaction in South Florida.
Well, South Florida will hold a series of events to commemorate the Martin Luther King holiday. In Miami, Miami-Dade Mayor Carlos Alvarez will host a breakfast at Jungle Island. Parades will also be held in Hallandale Beach, Pompano Beach, and Liberty City. Today, the civil rights leader would have turned 80, and to mark the event, his oldest son, Martin Luther King III, and Reverend Al Sharpton will host a rally in Washington, D.C. Now, because of the holiday, everything will not be business as usual. In Miami-Dade and Broward, public transportation will run, trash will be picked up, and parks will be open. But federal, state, county, and municipal offices will all be closed. So will public schools and libraries. All post offices and most banks will also be shut down in observance of the holiday.
Speaking of shutting down, the financial fallout on Wall Street could shut down some South Florida schools.
Save our school! Save our school!
The Archdiocese of Miami says it lost so much money in the stock market, it's closing Sacred Heart Elementary in Homestead and St. Stephen's Catholic School in Miramar. The schools are among a dozen that are subsidized with annual contributions. The Archdiocese says it will try to help displaced students.
Along with St. Stephen's, is going to make every effort possible to provide a space for any child who wants a continuing Catholic education by finding them a place in a local Catholic school in our area.
More schools could be on the chopping block. As a matter of fact, the Archdiocese is expected to make a major announcement on Thursday. The mothers on that hunger strike to protest the school budget, they are at day number 7 right now of not eating, and they're going to hold a rally this morning. It's all led by Viviana Salman. A group of parents has been on strike at Ronald Reagan High School in Doral since Tuesday. They're protesting drastic cuts in the state education budget. They're asking all mothers who are concerned about the education of their kids to join them for a rally today.
Well, this morning, police are investigating a deadly armed robbery in southwest Miami-Dade. Authorities say an officer shot and killed an armed robber Sunday at the Winn-Dixie off 88th Avenue and 24th Street. It's unclear exactly what happened, but police say they were forced to open fire. The victim's name has not been released. Well, you've heard of smash and grab. Now thieves in South Florida again decide to rip and run. The Best Buy at 40th Street and 20th Avenue in Hialeah was the 6th electronics store burglarized in the past 2 weeks. Police believe the suspects hooked a chain to several cars and used it to rip off the doors. Now, 4 people have been arrested. No word on exactly how much was stolen. 9 cats have 8 lives left this morning after a condo fire in Davie. The fire broke out on the 9500 block of Sea Grape Drive Sunday afternoon. Everybody was evacuated and the fire was quickly put out. But firefighters went back inside to rescue a woman's cats. The 9 felines were treated for minor smoke inhalation.
Let's get a look at For Your Money this morning. Wall Street is closed today because of the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. On Friday, stocks finished the week, though, on a pretty good note, with the Dow gaining about 69 points. Unemployment, though, will go up in nearly all major American cities this year. A forecast released by the U.S. Conference of Mayors says New York's expected to take the biggest hit, with more than 180,000 jobs lost. Miami's expected to lose 85,000. Ithaca, New York, Fairbanks, Alaska, and St. George, Utah are a handful of cities expected to see employment stay flat or even go up just slightly. A lot of Americans are facing the same problem these days. They can't afford their mortgage. An Associated Press study shows nearly 1 out of every 5 homeowners with a mortgage spend more than 38% of their income on their mortgage payment, property taxes, and insurance. The most financially burdened homeowners are in the Northeast, in California, Nevada, and then also here for us in Florida. Remember, our For Your Money team is dedicated to helping you through these tough economic times. Look for money-saving tips right now at CBS4.com. Just click on For Your Money.
We are still talking about that miracle on the Hudson.
It is a miracle indeed. The plane is now out of the water. Where U.S. Airways jet is this morning there on land, and what's next in the investigation?
The Miami Tunnel project may stay afloat. The number of jobs the project could bring to the Magic City.
I'm Lisette Gonzalez in the Storm Center. Get ready for the warmth and the possibility of showers today, but then two cold fronts moving across the area to bring us the coldest air of the season. We're talking about the 30s in some spots. I'll let you know when in the forecast coming up.
All righty, South Florida has some new manatees and mermaids this morning. How many were chosen to represent Marlins baseball? Love these guys. #1 fan right here.
I think I can do those moves.
We're going to see coming up.
No, you won't. From Americana Village to Andrews Gardens and from Key Haven to Huntington.
Come on, it's early, but just a little bit. Can't
Okay,
you just
that's
break it down?
that's all I
there
got.
you go. Covering your South Florida neighborhood. We got you covered everywhere. Good morning, everyone.
This CBS4 traffic report is a service of Mahatma Rice. Rediscover home cooking with Mahatma Rice. For great meal ideas, visit mahatmarice.com.
Go to work, get through the day, and once you get home, it's time to give your routine a kick. Goya Adobo. Great on any meat. It's a wake-up call of flavor. If it's Goya, it has to be good.
All new, it's our unforgettable inauguration celebration. And top news anchor Diane Sawyer breaks down Obama's big day right here.
How many inaugurations have you been to?
Today at 9 on CBS4.
Oprah goes to Washington, D.C.
It's historical! Mr. President!
From the Kennedy Center, surprise guest.
2 world premieres.
A star-studded celebration.
Next Oprah.
Today at 4 on CBS4.
So many people. Can't be wrong. Come see us here in Kendall, the capital Toyota.
At Kendall Toyota, you can find your perfect car. Drive away in your Corolla, Camry, or RAV4 with 0 APR and 0 down payment.
You too, make the right decision.
It's the 50/50 sale at VisionWorks. Get 50% off fall frames, including the latest designer labels. Then save even more with half off all lenses during the 50/50 sale. VisionWorks. Why pay more?
I'm not a lawyer, but I see people who've been hurt in car accidents every day. Let's be honest, being injured can put you in a tough spot. The medical bills can be outrageous. Maybe you can't work and there are no paychecks coming in. Even worse, maybe your insurance company wants you to settle for less money than what you and your family need.
If you've been injured, call Steinger, Isco & Green, 1-800-561-1111.
Their goal is to get you every dollar you deserve.
Non-lawyer spokespersons.
Sometimes your day is complicated enough. When you get home, keep things simple. Goya extra virgin olive oil, imported from Spain. Who thought such taste could be enjoyed so easily? If it's Goya, it has to be.
You're watching CBS4 News This Morning with Jim Berry, Cynthia Demas, Lisette Gonzalez with weather, and Christina Loren with traffic.
Good morning. It is 5:12 right now. This morning, a ceasefire is underway in Gaza. Let's hope it sticks. Israeli tanks are starting to pull out. Israel's troops are making their way out of the Palestinian territory. Bulldozers have been shoving aside rubble in Gaza City to clear a path for cars, and medical workers say they have found 100 bodies amid the ruins. Hamas declared a week-long truce on Sunday.
The U.S. Airways jet that landed in the Hudson River is on the move again. It was carried by a barge Sunday night and towed by tugboats. The jet was moved from a seawall just a few blocks away from the World Trade Center site. This morning it is parked in New Jersey so investigators can once again look it over. The plane's black boxes revealed it lost power in both engines after climbing to just 3,200 feet. All 155 passengers survived Thursday's crash. Meantime, an aide to President-elect Barack Obama says all 5 members of the flight crew have been invited to tomorrow's inauguration.
Isn't that nice?
That is nice.
And it'll be the first time we get to see them too, right?
Yeah, hopefully we hear from the pilots. Yeah.
I think U.S. Airways has him under wraps for a little while.
So does the NTSB.
Yeah, and then he'll be a superstar.
Yeah,
he'll write a book, he'll get a movie deal, the whole thing.
That's it. All right, it's 5:13. You know what? This cool weather was cute for a while.
Cute?
But I'm getting a little tired of it now.
Yeah, I don't know. I still kind of like it. What do you say?
Well, Jim, I'm sorry. You are not going to be happy with some of these temperatures I'm going to be showing you for Wednesday and Thursday, possibly freezing temperatures for inland locations. Yes,
wow.
The 30s. Yes, we're talking about really the coldest air of the season. But not today, though. It is going to be warming up quickly this afternoon. Temperatures close to 80 degrees. But first, we're starting off on the cool side. Our average low this time of year is 59 degrees. And in Miami Shores, we're seeing just that, 59. The winds calm. Tamarack, the same, 59. The winds out of the southwest, 5 miles an hour. And Key West, 56 degrees. A little bit cooler. Not usually the case for you all down in the Keys, but that's what's going on this morning. And the winds out of the west at about 5 miles an hour. For the most part, the winds will continue to veer out of the south and the west. As you can see, the radar satellite is showing us we have a cold front on the way, the first of two. This one is draped across central Florida, already bringing some shower activity. Fort Myers, you can see all the cloud coverage and the precipitation associated with it. We've even got a couple of tiny showers down there near Key West, but we will see an increased chance for showers later this morning and throughout the day because this cold front is going to be pushing down south, so there is a chance of some wet weather in addition to the very warm and sticky weather today. But once that cold front clears the state, our temperatures will be a little bit cooler. But first we have to deal with the humidity, the warmth, and temperatures a little bit above average. So a few showers possible, but then here comes the front, and that means tonight into tomorrow morning a little bit cooler with a breeze, maybe a spotty shower. But then we've got cold front number 2 really packing a bunch. So we've got a 1-2 punch this week. Very cold wind, lots of sunshine, high pressure building in, and Wednesday morning, Thursday morning especially, we're talking about extremely frigid cold temperatures for us here in South Florida. We'll show you that outlook in a second. But then by the end of the week, warming trend with a mix of sun and clouds. So a little bit of a roller coaster ride in terms of the temperatures this week. So today, warm and breezy with a chance of a few showers, a lot going on. The parades up in Pompano Beach and Liberty City honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And the temperature of 79 degrees, so dress light and take the umbrella with you. If you were thinking of boating, not really a good idea, my friends. Moderate chop on the bays. A Gulf Stream advisory is in effect because those winds will be strong out of the southwest, 15 to 20. And this evening, the temperatures start to drop. A cool breeze, early shower, 58 degrees. So here's the outlook. And Jim, yeah. Wait until you see this. All right, tomorrow morning, the upper 50s, 73, spotty shower, 40 degrees Wednesday morning, cold and windy, 61 the high. But then Thursday, 38 degrees. Hello. It's going to be very chilly. You're going to need to bundle up, really bundle up and turn on the heater that morning. And then by Thursday afternoon, 67 degrees. Friday morning, 47. And then we'll start to see those temperatures rise to 73 degrees, a milder trend as we head towards the end of the week. All right, let's check in with Christina Loren now and see what's working on the roads and the highways. Probably not as busy today because of the holiday. Good morning, Christina.
That's a great call there. In fact, we do see quite a few people on the road this morning, more than we suspected. So keep that in mind this morning. We have no accidents to report, no congestion to report. In fact, we're going to tell you about some parades this morning that could interrupt your travels later on, or maybe you just want to know about where the parades are. 9 a.m. Mitchell Moore Park in Pompano. You'll see the parade starting at Mitchell Moore Park. It'll then travel south on Northwest 8th Street to Martin Luther King Boulevard, east to Estoril Avenue, and ending at Blanche Eli High School. Meanwhile, you'll find another parade in Hallandale at 10 a.m. starting at B.F. James Park, Northwest 2nd Avenue and 9th Street down to Hallandale Beach Boulevard, ending at Northwest 8th Avenue. We're going to continue to update you on all the parade activity and routes throughout the morning. For CBS 4 Traffic, I'm Christina Loren.
Thanks for that, Christina. You know when you get on I-95 and then you see the sign that says traffic for 5 miles and you're already in it? You know how annoying that is? Not going to happen anymore. Listen to this. New traffic signs are going to help us avoid getting on the highway altogether if there's a bad pileup. The state's installing smaller signs on nearly every east and west street that intersects on I-95. The goal is to warn drivers of traffic sooner. The electronic signs are also planned for roads crossing Interstate 75. That makes a lot of sense. I like it. The city of Miami is looking to create jobs through infrastructure projects. The Port of Miami Tunnel Project is just one of them. CBS 4's Tiffany Hellberg reports on city and county leaders' efforts to try and revive that project and to create hundreds of jobs in the meantime.
The tunnel itself is about 1 to 1.1 mile in length. It comes under.
It's a Sunday drive with a mission as Miami-Dade city and county leaders took state legislators on a tour of the Port of Miami.
This is probably the most modern cargo gate facility anywhere in Florida.
Hoping to convince them to fork over $500 million to build a new underground tunnel leading into the port.
If we're not willing to invest in our infrastructure, other ports will, and we will be left behind.
Mayor Carlos Alvarez and other local leaders made their case yet again to state legislators. This after their deal fell through in December. Back then, the state put the brakes on funding for the billion-dollar project out of concerns for its financial stability, leaving local leaders with only half the money to build it. This as truck traffic continues to grow. The tunnel would divert those trucks out of the streets of downtown.
You're not going to get anybody to invest or to move to the downtown area if you have 18-wheelers in our streets.
The Port of Miami is the largest economic engine in Florida, so its success or failure is also of great concern to state legislators. Legislators who are now under the gun trying to slash billions from a shrinking state budget.
You can look at this and say to yourself, look, these are significant dollars, but when has a state ever said, in a time of frankly, the most competitive environment where other ports around the country are looking at this moment to possibly reinvest in themselves to steal this business, would we sit back now and put these very jobs at risk?
Leaders argue the project could help Miami become one of the largest ports with cargo on the East Coast. At Watson Island, Tiffany Helberg, CBS 4 News this morning.
Well, the Key West Regatta starts this week, but there will be fewer boats on the water. The event officially kicks off this morning. The International Regatta hosts individual and team competition. However, it seems the economic crisis has taken a toll on yacht owners. This year's fleet is down 40% from last year. Well, this morning, grab your pup. It's time for Dogapalooza. Dog owners can bring their furry friends to Grapeland Water Park in Miami. Today from 10 until 5, dogs will be able to splash in the water there for the very first time. So that ought to be pretty noisy.
And kind of messy.
Definitely, because when they get out and shake, you know, the water gets everywhere.
They do other things too.
Yeah, well, let's not go there.
Okay, Super Bowl 43, let's go there. It is set.
That's right. Of course, the big game is going to be in Tampa. We're going to tell you which two teams are going to be in the big game.
And first, here's a look at what's happening in South Florida. You're watching CBS 4 News this morning, MLK Day.
This CBS 4 traffic report is a service of Mahatma Rice. Rediscover home cooking with Mahatma Rice. For great meal ideas, visit mahatmarice.com.
Why buy half a mattress? Two sides are always better than one. Celebrate with the American Spirit from Englander. Made in America, exclusively at Bedding Barn. Take it home with you or same-day delivery available. Buy at a Bedding Barn near you.
In Florida, Davie, Tamarack, Deerfield Beach, Boynton Beach, and West Palm Beach.
Whether you're building, remodeling, or creating a fresh look for your home, an American Lighting Association member showroom has experienced lighting professionals who can make your home more beautiful, functional, and secure. Most of all, we bring your best ideas to light.
At Southdate Lighting, 13006 Southwest 87th Avenue.
Great savings, book today.
When you want the whole story, count on the combined resources of CBS 4 News and the Miami Herald, working together every day to cover your world.
I can't wait to celebrate my daughter's birthday.
I can't believe I have diabetes.
She's gonna love the jeans I bought.
I'm tired of never finding clothes that fit.
She's old enough to drive.
What if I don't live to see my children grow up?
I have so much to do.
I have to do something.
Stop thinking about it and take the first step. If you're struggling with obesity, come to the next seminar at Florida Medical Center and become part of the transformation.
The CBS 4 My 33 Williamson Hummer is hitting the streets of South Florida. To find out where we'll be and great prices will be given away, go to cbs4.com/Hummer. The CBS 4 My 33 Williamson Hummer, brought to you in part by Red Line Energy Drink, the ultimate energy rush.
Bedding Barn has the largest selection of the world-famous Tempur-Pedic at the guaranteed lowest discount prices. You gotta feel it to believe it. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
In Florida, Davie, Tamarack, Deerfield Beach, Boynton Beach, and West Palm Beach.
Welcome back. Time now is 5:24. Well, Super Bowl 43 is all set. The Pittsburgh Steelers will take on the upstart Arizona Cardinals. CBS 4's Prim Sripapat has more on how the teams earned the trip.
Well, good morning, everyone. Well, two teams are out. The other two are on a trip to Tampa and Super Bowl 43. Now, Arizona has been the joke of the league for years. Not anymore. They're going to get tricky here. Tim Hightower to Kurt Warner. Warner, he's going to sail one deep and connects with Larry Fitzgerald on the other end. One of Fitzgerald's 3 touchdowns in the first half. Cardinals up big at the break, 24-6 second half. Donovan McNabb hits Brent Selleck. He stays up for a 31-yard touchdown. Eagles are within 5. Fourth quarter, McNabb sees Deshaun Jackson all the way down the field. He bobbles it, but takes it in for a 62-yard score. Cardinals have completely blown their lead. Eagles up by 1, but the Redbirds respond. A screen to Hightower. He butts heads, but makes it in for the touchdown. That does it. So Arizona beats Philly 32-25. It will be the first Super Bowl ever in franchise history. The AFC Championship game up in Pittsburgh. Ben Roethlisberger throws it up. He manages to hook up with Santonio Holmes. He gets by 1, then 2 defenders, and after that, it's all good for him. He's going to make it safely in for a 65-yard touchdown. Steelers take a 13-0 lead over the Ravens. Baltimore responds. Former Hurricane Willis McGahee waltzes in for a 3-yard touchdown. Ravens on the board. Steelers up 13-7 at the half. Fast forward to the fourth quarter. McGahee with his second touchdown of the day. Ravens pull within 2. Willis would later lead the game with a neck injury. He would be all right, though. Later, Troy Polamalu comes up with a big interception on Joe Flacco. Polamalu with his flying hair and all flies by all the Baltimore defenders. He returns it back 40 yards for the touchdown. Steelers win 23-14. They will face the Arizona Cardinals in Super Bowl 43. That'll be in 2 weeks in Tampa. Udonis Haslem and the Miami Heat visiting the Oklahoma City Thunder. First half action, Dwayne Wade to UD for the slam. Udonis finishes with a double-double, 11 points and 15 rebounds. And you know what? Daquan Cook has been shooting pretty well, too. Cook with a 3. He goes into the half with a 7-point lead. Then with less than 10 minutes to go in the game, Kevin Durant hits back-to-back 3s. That's going to pull the Thunder within 5. But D. Wade steals their Thunder. Wade with the pull-up J. He scores a game-high 32. So Miami goes on to win by 10 and finishes 4-3 on its 7-game road trip. That'll do it for sports. I'm Prim Sripapat. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks for that. Lance Armstrong is back, but this time he is riding for a good cause. On Sunday, Armstrong competed in Australia's Cancer Council Classic. After more than 3 years of retirement, he finished 64th among 133 riders. Armstrong competed in the 30-mile race to help raise cancer awareness.
All right, they came, they danced, and they made the team.
Woo-hoo!
The Marlins, Mermaids, and Manatees are ready to take the field. Auditions were held Sunday at FIU's main campus. More than 100 ladies showed off their moves in hopes of making the squad, but 21 big but nimble fellas were chosen to be Marlins Manatees.
And they got some great moves we're going to show them to you coming up in the next hour.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm disappointed that you didn't try out, though.
Maybe I was there.
No, were you?
No. I'll audition here.
All righty, there you go.
Beyonce, you know, Beyonce does the thing like that, but much better. Coming up, he's like, stop. Coming up at 5:30, a consumer alert. We got to tell you about for peanut butter this morning.
Peanut butter jelly.
There you go.
All right, we're going to tell you about it, so you want to keep your family safe.
And you want to keep your gas tank full. Here's some of the cheapest gas in all of South Florida, and these prices continue to be on the rise. $1.78 at the Sunoco in Coral Springs, Wiles Road, $1.80 Murphy, USA, Atlantic Boulevard, and Pompano Beach, where they're also having a Martin Luther King Jr. parade today. What's up with that countdown?
Well, Christina, we're now 29 days. I'm glad you asked. We're 29 days till we go all digital. We're required to do this, so we're going to have fun, okay, Jim?
Yeah, sure.
For more info, 1-888-DTV-2009, CBS4.com/DTV also has your information. Thanks for asking, Christina.
Come on, February.
So many people. Can't be wrong. Come see us here in Kendall, the capital Toyota.
At Kendall Toyota, you can find your perfect car. Drive away in your Corolla, Camry, or RAV4 with 0 APR and 0 down payment.
You too, make the right decision.
Your favorite shows and all the day's news. Here's what's on CBS 4 tonight. Brought to you by your South Florida Audi dealers. Truth in engineering.
Nivea Natural Tone Moisturizer. This Valentine's, reveal your natural tone and the real you. Nivea Natural Tone Moisturizer with Tone Evening Complex. Touch and be touched.
Wow. I've seen this on TV, but never in person.
Yeah, it's amazing.
What's it like?
It's soft and warm, and it just makes my day.
Wow. You can bring it into work?
I can take it anywhere.
Kraft Bagelfuls. Delicious Philadelphia cream cheese spread inside a golden toasted bagel. Now that's breakfast.
Where'd you get it?
In the freezer section.
Get $1 off to try Bagelfuls at bagelfuls.com.
It begins at 10 a.m. Friday. It ends at 9 p.m. Monday. It's the Carl's Furniture 4-day sale. This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, every item in every department will be marked down 40 to 50%. Plus, take $150 off your purchase for every $1,000 you spend. You'll pay nothing till 2010. So save 40 to 50%. Plus, take $150 off your purchase for every $1,000 you spend. At Carl's 4-day sale. Friday through Monday at all Carl's Furniture locations.
Maaco paints over 500,000 cars every year, more than anyone else. And no one gets you back faster. Maaco, America's body shop.
And now, back by popular demand, Maaco's having the sale you've been waiting for. Bigger and better than ever. Maaco's popular presidential service is now half price. That's right, half price. Now only $199. Come in today and save big. But remember, this sale is for a limited time only, and you don't want to miss it. Our presidential paint half price sale now only $199. Visit your Maaco today.
So many people. Can't be wrong. Come see us here in Kendall, the capital Toyota.
At Kendall Toyota, you can find your perfect car. Drive away in your Corolla, Camry, or RAV4 with 0 APR and 0 down payment.
You too, make the right decision.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Good morning. It is 5:30 this fine Monday morning. I'm Cynthia Demas.
And I'm Jim Barry. It is MLK Day. Lots of folks going to be out this morning for parades and all throughout the day for activities. So, Lisette Gonzalez, how's the weather shaping up? A little nippy, huh?
Well, right now, cool to start, Jim and Cynthia, but you know, whatever plans you have for today, whether you have the day off, you're headed to work, or you're going to be participating in the parades and the festivities, definitely take your umbrella with you because there is a very strong chance of some showers. Right now, the upper 50s and the 60s. Temperatures will be warming up ahead of a cold front that's going to be sliding across the area later on today. Take a look at all the shower activity associated with it already affecting the southwest coast. And yes, all the precipitation is going to be moving down south, so that's why today you don't want to be caught off guard. There's a chance of wet weather in addition to the warm weather. Take a look at the high for today. 79 degrees, getting close to 80 degrees with a mix of sun and clouds this evening. 70 degrees, but then we've got a cold front moving through today, and then yet another cold front moving through tomorrow. So here it is, the breakdown. Warm showers today. Tomorrow, cool stray shower possible by midweek, the coldest of the season. Just how cold? Jim and Cynthia, we're talking about the possibility of the 30s overnight. We'll have more details on that really, really chilly forecast on the way.
I know you didn't say upper 30s.
I did.
You're not excited about that. What's your warmest jacket made of?
I think I have a leather jacket.
Oh.
I still have some Chicago clothes, but you look kind of goofy wearing them down here. It's not quite that cold.
Well, for us it is.
Maybe it will be.
Your blood's thin now, my friend.
You're right about that.
All right, Christina, he is here now with a look at our traffic. And it's a holiday, so we should be all right, right, Christina?
We should be okay. And BTW, I prefer tweed and pleather, Cynthia Davis. Good morning to you. It is a holiday. Hopefully you're waking up and you don't have to get out of bed and head to work. And we want to let you know where the fun stuff is today in the traffic department. And we have a parade to tell you about. 9 a.m. at Mitchell Moore Park in Pompano, starting south Northwest 8th Street to Martin Luther King Boulevard, east to Estoril Avenue, and it'll end at Blanche Eli High School. So keep that in mind. Of course, that's starting a little bit early, 9 a.m. this morning. Meanwhile, take a look. Here's what's happening on I-95 at 151st Street. You can see here the commute very light, but there are some people headed off to work. If you are headed through the Golden Glades, no delays at this time. And if you are catching a flight for the big inauguration, we have no delays out of either major airport. And we'll let you know if that changes. For CBS 4 Traffic, I'm Christina Loren.
We are just one day away now from the inauguration. The president-elect says he believes in the American dream and that anything's possible.
He is living proof of it. On Sunday, Mr. Obama and the Vice President-elect, Joe Biden, attended a pre-inauguration concert at the Lincoln Memorial. Today, both Obama and Biden plan to head to a community service event. CBS 4's Joel Brown has more now from Washington.
President-elect Obama is paying tribute to a man who helped pave the way for change.
Directly in front of us is a pool that still reflects the dream of a king.
He'll spend today honoring Martin Luther King Jr. by taking part in a community renovation project. The future 44th president was just 2 years old when the civil rights activist delivered his historic speech.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
With his own children looking on, the president-elect echoed King's sentiment Sunday before a crowd of more than 400,000.
I stand here today as hopeful as ever that the United States of America will endure, that it will prevail, that the dream of our founders will live on in our time.
Mr. Obama's just 1 day away from becoming the country's first black president, and nearly 2 million people are flocking to the nation's capital to be a part of that history. D.C. hotels are filled to capacity with the onslaught of spectators.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I couldn't miss that.
Months in the making, the inaugural speech will focus on themes of responsibility and restoring public confidence. Aides say the president-elect is relieved to have a version of Tuesday's address down on paper and eager to both give the speech and then go to work. In Washington, Joel Brown, CBS 4 News.
And a lot of work to do, that's for sure. Police officers also from across South Florida are doing work, and they're heading to the nation's capital to help out with inauguration security. Some of them say they're excited to witness history, but they say we're going to miss that South Florida sunshine. Hey guys, it's going down to the 30s here anyway, don't worry about it. More than 100 officials from 58 federal, state, and local agencies will oversee what figures to be the biggest security operation in inaugural history.
Well, police officers are not the only ones from South Florida on their way to D.C. Many South Floridians are making the trek north to witness history. In fact, CBS 4's Leave Davalos is live right now at the Golden Glades in Northwest Miami-Dade, where the travelers for the Change bus tour are leaving in about an hour. Right, Lee?
Yeah, you're right about that. Good morning, Jim. And you can see them now behind me. They are unloading their cars. They're parking their cars here at the park and ride here, and they're going to be getting on that bus. It started out with one bus, and as word spread, it quickly turned into a bus caravan. Now, the organizers of this bus tour, Beverly Williams of Lauderdale Lakes, wanted to make it affordable for people to get to Washington, D.C. So for $160, dozens of people signed up to make the 17-hour trip, and they're going to come back immediately after the inauguration. Some parents are taking their kids along to watch President-elect Barack Obama take the oath of office so they, too, can be part of history.
The 60s when we were marching and boycotting, and here it is 40 years later, and we have a black president. I never thought it would happen in my lifetime.
When they say, where were you when the first African-American was inaugurated to be president, they can say, you know what, I was there.
Now, the Travelers for a Change bus tour will head out at 6:30 from here in the Golden Glades Interchange. They are ready for a very long ride, but one that is well worth it. We're live near the Golden Glades Interchange. Leave Davalos, CBS 4 News this morning.
All right, Leave, CBS 4 and CBS4.com have you covered for tomorrow's inauguration. From the middle of the action in Washington to the reaction here in South Florida.
South Florida will hold a series of events to commemorate the Martin Luther King holiday. In Miami, Miami-Dade Mayor Carlos Alvarez will host a breakfast at Jungle Island. Parades will also be held in Hollandale Beach, Pompano Beach, and Liberty City. Today, the civil rights leader would have turned 80. To mark the event, his oldest son, Martin Luther King III, and Reverend Al Sharpton will host a rally in Washington, D.C. Because of the holiday, everything will not be business as usual. In Miami-Dade and Broward, public transportation will run, trash will be picked up, and parks will be open. But federal, state, county, and municipal offices will be closed. So will public schools and libraries. All post offices and most banks will also be shut down in observance of the holiday.
The financial fallout on Wall Street could shut down some South Florida schools.
Save our school! Save our school!
The Archdiocese of Miami says it lost so much money in the stock market, it has to close Sacred Heart Elementary in Homestead and St. Stephen's Catholic School in Miramar. The schools are among a dozen that are subsidized with annual contributions. The Archdiocese says it will try to help displaced students.
The Archdiocese, along with St. Stephen's, is going to make every effort possible to provide a space for any child who wants a continuing Catholic education by finding them a place in a local Catholic school in our area.
And more schools could be on the chopping block. The Archdiocese is expected to make a major announcement about this on Thursday. The Mothers on a Hunger Strike to protest school budget cuts are on day 7 and will hold a rally sometime this morning. Led by Viviana Salmon, a group of parents has been on strike at Ronald Reagan High School in Doral since Tuesday. They are protesting drastic cuts in the state education budget. And they're asking all mothers who are concerned about the education of their kids to join them for this rally today.
This morning, police are investigating a deadly armed robbery in southwest Miami-Dade. Authorities say an officer shot and killed an armed robber Sunday at the Winn-Dixie off of 88th Avenue and 24th Street. It's kind of unclear right now what happened, but police say they were forced to open fire. The victim's name has not been released.
Well, 9 cats have 8 lives left this morning after a condo fire in Davie. The fire broke out on the 9500 block of Sea Grape Drive Sunday afternoon. Everyone was evacuated and the fire was quickly put out, but firefighters went back inside to rescue a woman's cats. Aww. The 9 felines were treated. I think they're all okay for a minor smoke inhalation.
Well, you've heard of smash and grab. Now thieves in South Florida again decided to rip and run. The Best Buy in 40th Street and 20th Avenue in Hialeah was the 6th electronics store to be burglarized in just 2 weeks. Police believe the suspects hooked a chain to several cars and then used it to rip right off the doors. The 4 people have been arrested so far. No word on exactly how much was stolen this time.
Turning to news for your money, Wall Street is closed today because of the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. On Friday, those stocks finished the week on an up note, with the Dow gaining nearly 69 points. Unemployment will go up in nearly all major American cities this year. A forecast released by the U.S. Conference of Mayors says New York is expected to take the biggest hit by losing more than 180,000 jobs. Miami could lose about 85,000. Ithaca, New York, Fairbanks, Alaska, and St. George, Utah, though, are among a handful of cities expected to see unemployment stay flat or actually employment go up slightly. A lot of Americans are facing the same problem these days. They cannot afford to stay in their homes. A study by the Associated Press shows nearly 1 out of every 5 homeowners with a mortgage spent more than 38% of their income on their mortgage payment, property taxes, and insurance. The most financially burdened homeowners are in the Northeast, California, Nevada, and Florida. Coming up in the next half hour of CBS 4 News, a financial advisor joins us live in the studio with a look at how President-elect Obama's message of hope could impact the economy.
Well, the space shuttle is getting ready for its next mission. It's going to fly again.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that. When the astronauts will arrive at Kennedy Space Center, plus when the shuttle is expected to blast off.
I'm Lisette Gonzalez in the Storm Center. If you're waking up this morning thinking it's cool, wait until you see the temperatures expected for the second half of the work week with 2 cold fronts on the way. But first, today, warm with a chance of wet weather. The details on the rest of the week straight ahead.
And an important consumer alert for you this morning. What type of peanut butter product you need to get rid of? You are watching CBS 4 News this morning.
This CBS 4 traffic report is a service of Mahatma Rice. Rediscover home cooking with Mahatma Rice. For great meal ideas, visit mahatmarice.com.
On the road to pick up my kids, my car broke down. I had no way of reaching anyone. I was stranded.
Presenting SafeLink Wireless, a government-supported program providing a free cell phone, 3 minutes each month, and a free voicemail account. You're likely eligible if you receive food stamps, Medicaid, or have a family income under $26,000. Contact us now to see if you qualify.
It's keeping us safe and sound.
Be safe. Stay connected. SafeLink Wireless, a service provided by TracFone Wireless Incorporated. Call or apply online at SafeLinkWireless.com.
City Furniture has irresistible prices on entire collections for your home.
The Eden Collection features a spectacular bedroom set, beautiful dining room, matching wall unit, and a luxurious sofa.
Plus, City Furniture now offers same-day delivery, 7 days a week, and no payments for 1 full year.
Switch to Swiffer 360 Duster, and you'll never go back to your old duster again.
Baby, come back. You can blame it on me. Baby, come back.
Swiffer 360 Dusters, all-around fibers, get up to twice as much dust as feather dusters, with 50% more fibers than regular Swiffer dusters.
Come back, baby, come back.
360 Duster. Swiffer gives cleaning a whole new meaning.
It's the 50/50 sale at VisionWorks. For a limited time, get 50% off all frames, including the latest designer labels. Then save even more with half off all lenses, bifocals, progressives, even our thinnest, lightest lenses. VisionWorks glasses are 100% guaranteed, and most glasses are ready in about an hour. Hurry in now to save 50% off all frames and lenses during the 50/50 sale. VisionWorks. Why pay more?
Strength is power. Introducing the all-new TL, the most powerful Acura ever built.
Take advantage of attractive lease rates on the 2009 Acura TL for well-qualified customers.
When you see what we've done with veggies, you'll think it's uncanny. V8 soups from Campbell's. Luscious blends with no artificial flavors or preservatives. Like golden butternut squash, southwestern corn, garden broccoli, a full serving of vegetables in a soup so velvety and delicious, you won't be able to contain yourself. Campbell's V8 soups.
You're watching CBS 4 News This Morning with Jim Berry, Cynthia Demas, Lisette Gonzalez with weather, and Christina Loren with traffic.
New information now on a CBS 4 News consumer alert. More peanut butter products are off store shelves this morning because of a salmonella outbreak. The company that sells Little Debbie snacks announced a recall of peanut butter crackers. On Saturday, Kellogg's pulled 16 products off of store shelves. The government is telling consumers to avoid eating cookies, cakes, ice cream, and other foods with peanut butter. At least 6 people have died and more than 470 others are sick because of the salmonella outbreak. For more information on the recall and to receive email alerts, log on to cbs4.com/recall.
For your health this morning, more young adults are turning to sleeping pills to get a little shut-eye. A new study shows adults ages 18 to 24 tripled their use of prescription sleep aids between 1998 and 2006. Experts say college dorms are noisier these days, making it harder for college-aged students to get much-needed sleep.
Well, today, the crew of the next space shuttle mission will arrive in Florida. The astronauts will meet at the Kennedy Space Center this morning. The Discovery Space Shuttle is scheduled to blast off on February 12th. The crew will conduct 4 spacewalks to hook up new equipment and perform maintenance at the International Space Station. I'd like to take that trip just once.
The space shuttle?
Yeah.
Well, you don't have much time because they're not flying after 2010.
Is that right?
Yeah, you got to go on the new thing.
But you got to pay like a bundle, right, to get on?
You know, like 10 million, 500
That's
million.
all? Okay,
like
can you
that.
float me alone?
Only you got to go with the Russians.
All righty.
All right, the time now is 5:47. As we sit here and hammer out the details of Jim's
my trip
space
to
flight,
space.
let's see if it would be a good day for flying, Lisette. What do you say? Nice outside?
Well, it's cool to start right now, but we could see a couple of showers later on, and it's going to be very warm out there. So Jim and Cynthia, today for all the parades and festivities, everyone needs to keep that in mind. Dress light and also carry that umbrella with you. And right now we're waking up with cool temperatures though. Doral 59 degrees, Pompano Beach 58, Key West 56. You can see those winds moving mainly out of the southwest, and that's all out of a cold front that is going to be really cooling us down today. But then another cold front is really going to pack a punch. So let's take a look at the rest of the country. Today is a very special day honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and many parades, festivities will be taking place all over the U.S. And right now you can see very cold Arctic air still in control of the eastern half of the country. The 20s for the Northeast and New England area, 35 in Atlanta, but then a little bit milder for Texas, and over on the West Coast we're seeing 63 degrees for Los Angeles. Actually, they are the warm spot this morning because right now you can see Miami waking up with 59 degrees, but believe it or not, not, we're going to have temperatures dropping down to close to 35 degrees by the time Thursday morning rolls around. In the meantime, in D.C., all the final preparations gearing up for the big day tomorrow, of course, to honor Mr. Barack Obama. And it is going to be chilly up in D.C. right now in South Florida. We're going to be very cool to start, but then warm ahead of this cold front that right now is bringing some shower activity to the southwest coast and around Lake Okeechobee as well. All this activity and moisture is going to be pressing down south, and that means for the rest of the day today we have a 50% chance of the wet weather, in addition to the humidity and the warm temperatures rising to above average, the upper 70s. But once this cold front clears the state, we're going to see some changes. So first we have to get past a few showers, a warm breeze, but then tonight into tomorrow morning we're going to see those temperatures dropping a little bit, cooler breeze, maybe a spotty shower. But here comes the big one, the stronger cold front that is going to be really pulling down that Arctic air. Very cold wind. Wednesday morning waking up with the upper 40s, Thursday morning possibly the upper 30s for some inland locations, and then a warming trend as we head towards the end of week with a mix of sun and clouds and high pressure shifting to the east. Today 79 degrees, warm, breezy with a chance of a few showers. If you are going to be boating, not such a good idea actually. Moderate chop on the bays. A Gulf Stream advisory is in effect, and tonight temperatures will drop slightly, 58 degrees, maybe an early shower, cool breeze. So here we go. Get ready for a roller coaster ride with these digits. Tomorrow waking up with the upper 50s and 73 degrees for the high, maybe a spotty shower. Wednesday morning the big chill begins, 40 degrees to start you off, 61 by the afternoon, cold and windy. Look at that high, not even getting to the mid 60s. By Thursday morning, oh yeah, it's going to be cold. 38 degrees, getting close to freezing in some locations, possibly 67 for the afternoon. And by Friday morning, we'll start to see those temperatures creep back up, 47 as you wake up and 73 degrees the high with a milder trend. So as you can see, the middle and end of the week going to be quite chilly around here right now. Let's check in with Christina Loren and see what's working out there on the roads and the highways. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning to you, Lisette. Good morning to you at home. Quite a bit of activities planned for South Florida for today's big holiday. Let's go ahead and start by taking a look at a parade that'll take place today in Liberty City. Now, this is going to be a big event. Parade starts at 10th Avenue, travels down 54th Street, ending at Martin Luther King Jr. Park. And festivities there will last between 8 a.m. and noon. And a lot of these functions are early, so if you're one of these early risers, you are going to be in for a treat this morning. Also, Keepers of the Dream art exhibit will take place between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. at Arts Park in Hollywood. That's Hollywood Boulevard and Federal Highway. That's a free event honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. We're going to continue to update you on where all the festivities will take place throughout the day. For CBS 4 Traffic, I'm Christina Loren.
All right, well, that's what's going on land, everyone. Now let's go under the sea. A deep exploration has found new marine life just off the coast of Australia and really far down. Researchers found what they are calling a carnivorous sea squirt, sea spiders, and giant sponges. They sent a robot down 13,200 feet below sea level. Fossilized corals were also found, dated back 10,000 years old. It's pretty neat.
A carnivorous.
What is it? Carnivorous?
Carnivorous. It means
it eats meat.
Yes.
See what? Carnivorous sea.
I don't know. I was talking up on carnivorous. A sea
Carnivorous
squirt.
Sea squirt.
Okay.
Nice.
Doesn't mean it's a little squirt. It just means it's, who knows?
It eats meat.
Alrighty. In the next hour of CBS 4 News this morning, we're just one day away from the presidential inauguration, the plan in D.C. and also here locally.
Plus, the U.S. Airways plane that crashed into the Hudson River now out of the water. What the hero pilot will be doing for the next days. I'd like to know that myself.
Obama, we all agree that yes, we can.
Yeah, up next, singing for Obama. What else these kids have to say about Obama's campaign and the road to the White House, and whether or not they will also be part of the festivities.
It's your favorite song, Jim.
What?
It's your favorite song on the radio right now that they do.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
You're watching CBS 4 News this morning.
The Hudson River plane crash. As we covered the story, we wanted to know, how would an accident like that be handled here?
This fireboat is one of the first that would be called if a plane went down in South Florida.
We are joined now by CBS 4 I-Team investigator Stephen Stock, and you've been looking at the issue of the danger posed by birds.
You know, experts we spoke with say it happens very often.
We also found out there are plans in place at South Florida airports to keep a crash like that from happening.
To us, it's more than just covering news. It's finding out how it all affects you.
I'm not a lawyer, but when someone's got a problem,
chances are I know about it. And some of the things I hear about are the problems people have after a car accident. Medical bills may be piling up, no paychecks coming in, and families getting pushed around by some big insurance company. I don't know about you, but if it was me, I'd want a lawyer looking out for my best interest.
Call Steinger, Isco & Green, 1-800-561-1111.
Their goal is to get you every dollar you deserve.
Non-lawyer spokespersons.
It's the big event at Ashley Furniture Home Store. Don't miss out on big savings. Keep your New Year's resolution to save and choose the right look at the right price. Spend less. Not a problem with this special queen panel bed for just $2.99. Buy the sensational sofa for one low price, just $3.99. Save more with no interest till January 2013. Ashley Furniture Home Store is the #1 selling furniture brand in America. It's the biggest event of the season. Big style, big selection, big savings. The big event on now at Ashley Furniture Home Store.
Discover Frisky Selects Indoor. Unlock the freshness and freedom of the outdoors for your indoor cat. Fueling an exhilarating adventure filled with delight. Each delectable entree is bursting with high-quality protein, plus wholesome grain and garden greens. Frisky Selects Indoor. Feed the senses.
Not max worthy.
At CarMax, only the most worthy are max worthy. Get free vehicle history reports at CarMax.com.
My guys brush their teeth like they clean their room. I'm glad Anti-Cavity Listerine Smart Rinse attracts stuff like a magnet, then shows it in the sink.
Ew, gross. Cool.
Kills bad breath germs, too.
Listerine Smart Rinse cleans up after your kids.
Miserable elbows? They can find happiness with Lubriderm Intense Skin Repair. Its 24-hour formula is clinically shown to help every inch of dry skin heal itself, like healthy skin does naturally. Lubriderm, the skin therapist.
I only paid for this much carpet, but look at how much I got.
It's Empire's 60% off event, when you can get a lot more carpet for a lot less. Choose from a wide selection of quality products right at home and save 60%. That's huge. Plus, we install next day and no payments till 2010. 60% off carpet won't last long. Call Empire today.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
At 5:56 a.m., time for our first coffee break of the morning. And with a financial crisis, a couple of wars on his plate, President-elect Obama is going to need his rest, that's for sure.
At whatever cost. That is why the first family purchased a king-size bed from a local furniture store in Massachusetts on Saturday. The first couple will sleep on a tall poster tiger maple bed from the 1820s. The bed has already been delivered to the White House.
Sounds expensive.
Yeah, well, the store sells beds for up to $12,000. The price of this bed has not been revealed. Oh, when I first saw the story, I thought it was the mattress was $12,000.
No, that is a comfortable mattress.
Yeah, well, they need a comfortable mattress.
Yeah.
Hey, this will bring a smile to your face. Their hip-hop song is hitting YouTube, and it's doing pretty well.
Yeah.
If you like, whatever you like.
Yeah, the Ron Clark Academy Singers in Washington, D.C. Check them out.
McCain on the right. We can talk politics all night, and you can vote however you like. I said
you can vote however you like.
Yeah. These Atlanta students created that catchy rendition before the election, became a huge sensation, and inspired everybody, even Oprah. So now the Presidential Inaugural Committee has invited them to perform at 4 balls. Sunday, they performed at the Georgia Democratic Brunch in Washington.
They're adorable.
Yeah, they
Great
are.
singers and dancers, and they look like they're having fun.
A lot of energy.
Hey, some South Florida schools are actually closing their doors.
We'll tell you more about which schools and classrooms and where the kids might have to go to school next.